What's up, folks? Happy Friday. It's Friday when I'm recording this. I'm doing a throwback. This one is like almost 30 years old, but it's a great song. And a lot of people probably already know it. I've recently seen people talking about it, kind of brought it back to the front of my brain, and I just thought, let's do this fun one. This is a really, really fun song. The song is Steal My Sunshine by a band called LEN. They are Canadian, and as far as I know, this is really their only big hit. But it's a great one. We'll get into it in a minute. I got my coffee. And two things before I get started. All right, I'm not a professional music reviewer. I'm not an expert. I'm not a vocal coach or anything like that. I'm just a guy who likes music, and I do my best. All right. And then the second part is don't be a dick. You don't have to like this song, although I think it's hard not to. You don't have to like me. You don't have to like my response. You don't have to like my opinions. But I would request that you just be a little respectful. All right? I try to be really respectful to the artists when I review these and to the fan bases. So I would just appreciate a little bit of thoughtfulness in return. With that out of the way, let's get right into it. This is Steal My Sunshine by LEN.
I was lying on the grass of Sunday morning of last week, indulging in my self-defeat. My mind was thugged, all laced and bugged, all twisted, wrong and beat. Uncomfortable, 3 feet deep. Now the fuzzy stare from not being there on a confusing morning week. Impair my tribal lunar speak. You can't become if you only say what you would have done. So I missed a million miles of fun. I know it's up for me if you steal my sunshine. Making sure I'm not in too deep if you steal my sunshine. Keep me bursting on my feet if you steal my sunshine. I was flying on the bench, sliding in the park across the street. LATER that week. My sticky paws were in the making straws out of big fat slurpy treats. An incredible 8-foot heat. Now the funny glare of pale gleaming tear and staring under heat. Involved in unusual feet. And I'm not only a monk, but I invite who I wanna come. So I missed a million miles of fun. I know it's up for me if you steal my sunshine. Making sure I'm not in too deep if you steal my sunshine. Keep me bursting on my feet if you steal my sunshine. I know it's done for me if you steal my sunshine. Not so
that song is so catchy. The lyrics are in and out of coherence a little bit. Not all of the lyrics in that song really mean anything, but the general message, I think, is pretty easy to pick up. Don't let people steal your sunshine. Right? It's not that complicated. Yeah, so that's just, I love that song. It's a real throwback to an era of of music, of style, of the way the world was, that you just don't see that much anymore. Like, they were in an arcade. They were playing games in an arcade, just out in public. And there are still arcades out there. But they are largely going the way of the buffalo, or the dinosaurs. And I'm not here to say that's good or bad. Progress is sometimes both. But it is interesting. It's very nostalgic for me to watch videos from times like this and think about what the world was like when they were making this music, when they were making these videos. Let's see when this came out, because I think it came out earlier than it did, but I feel like it was like in the early 90s, like 93. Hey, look, the 90s were not that great. All right, I lived through them. There's a lot of shit in the 90s, but there was also some really cool, some really interesting stuff that really just doesn't exist anymore. And it only existed for a really short period of time. Like shopping malls, right? Shopping malls as a thing really happened in the 80s. That's when they first started like appearing. And then they were huge in the 90s. Mall culture, right? It was its own thing. Teens at malls. There were all kinds of movies, music, TV shows. Malls were huge. And then they started dying in the 2000s, and then the internet came and kind of killed malls. That's not necessarily a bad thing. It's not necessarily a good thing. But it's a cultural artifact, right? It's a very clear indicator of a moment in time. And I think that's really fun. Yeah, this song, like, I don't have a whole lot to say about it. I really enjoy it. I think the video is fun. I don't exactly know how I would even classify this genre. I mean, it's poppy. It's not exactly ska. It's not exactly reggae or, reggae pop. It's probably influenced by reggae. But, like, it's just fun. The music is really infectious. It's really cheerful. And it's just hard not to smile and tap along to it. I think that'll do it for this one. Thank you all for watching. Thank you to Len for making this song. Give me a like and a subscribe if you're so inclined. I'm always happy to get them. Have a good day, everybody. Have a good weekend. If it's about to be the weekend where you are, or when you're watching this video. It's the weekend when I'm recording it, so it's on my mind. Stay safe out there. Drink lots of water, and be nice to each other.